Hey gang, it's Azseth. I'm gonna do two videos in one. One is gonna be very short, and completely unrelated to the other, and weird. So in so many comments, I get told to quote "make my bed." Now my bed behind me is made. I have my shorts that I'm gonna be wearing, or my pants generally, right there with my hat, with my pistol, and that's gonna always be right there. You see a big bunch of lumps behind me. Um, I have several different back and neck conditions. Um, and in short, my sleeping schedule kind of goes like this. I go and I lay down in bed. I'll usually lay down on my back first. I can't sleep on my stomach or else my back pain gets pretty excruciating. So I usually fall asleep on my back. I don't know if I just said that. I said I can't sleep on my stomach. I think I said that. I'm sorry. But anyway, um, so I fall asleep on my back, and usually within a half hour to an hour, I wake up because my back gets very stiff, my lower back. Then I have to rotate and I'll go to my left side. And then I'll sleep like that for about an hour. Then I'll wake up because my back, another part of my back gets stiff. And I rotate to my right side. Then about an hour later, that gets sore, another part of my back, so I rotate back to laying on my back. And it's this kind of um, ever going process. I don't get a lot of sleep, and my sleep is awful. if I get um, if I get 3 hours consecutive of sleep at any time, it's like a vacation for me. But in short, you see what those are different pillows. I have different pillows on different sides of my bed because as I move, for example, on my left side, I actually sleep kind of on a pillow at an angle. On my right side, I sleep with a like a body pillow in between my legs because if my legs are together, one side of my back, the muscles start to lock up, which is even more painful. So my bed is made. that was super important to me, which goes on to my next thing. Some of you guys asked very roundabout ways or direct ways, kind of, oh, what's wrong with you? Not in like a mean way, but all of you should know if you're my viewers, and if you don't, and if you're newer, now you will know. I'm a 100% permanently disabled, unemployable veteran as rated by the federal government. It took me a while to pull this list up because the e-benefits site sucks. Like, I mean, after logging in, it took almost 5 minutes itself just from logging in to get to the main page, and then it's usually 5 minutes after. I don't know if it's A, because there's an abnormally high amount of traffic, but it's always like this. I don't know if B, the server is garbage, or if the site itself is just not maintained and not cared about. Because it involves veterans, I'm going to assume no one really gives a crap about it. But I'm going to go through and actually read, now that I finally have it up, my what I'm rated for. So my rated disability, I have tinnitus, which is a 10% rating. Tinnitus is, well, the next condition is degeneration in hearing. I have really bad hearing in one ear and not so good hearing in the other, which is why sometimes you may notice in my videos I'm probably louder than I need to be, because I assume you guys can't hear me. The tinnitus, I get ringing in my ears sometimes. Sometimes it's a low-key humming. Sometimes you'll actually see me physically flinch. Kind of funny. Thank you, computer. Cervical strain, which is kind of a condition up in my neck. Thoracolumbar degenerative joint disease. So the cervical strain is kind of my upper back / neck. The thoracolumbar degenerative joint disease, I believe, is in my lower back, mid to lower back. And then I have radiculopathy in both my left and right extremities, which is in conjunction with the thoracolumbar degenerative thing. I have nerve issues. The nerves are, I don't want to say, I'm not going to say pinched, but some of them are pinched, but they're stressed in my back. Residuals of left ankle fracture, which was, I don't think I mentioned my video yet. Maybe I'll do another video on that one day. But I fractured my ankle prior to my second deployment, and because I knew it was bad, I hid it. And by hiding it, I mean I didn't tell anyone. I faked it, and I ran PFTs in the Marine Corps. I ran 3-mile PFTs. I ran PT every day, basically grinding it down, making it worse and worse, because I knew if I got it looked at, I would have had to have surgery, and I wouldn't have been able to deploy on my second deployment. So I hid it. I came back, and it was really bad. Hypertension, which is blood pressure. They have this very vaguely worded, quote, liver condition that I don't even know what it is. Chronic fatigue syndrome. Sarcoidosis, which I did a video about. Post-traumatic stress, major depressive disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder. I guess they lump all that into one. I have a cyst. Uh-oh, it's going to log me out. It took me so long to get into this page, and now it says I've been inactive for 9 minutes, and it's going to log me out. That's funny. Ganglion cyst in my wrist. Excuse me. Obstructive pulmonary disease and CLPD, to include sleep apnea, sarcoidosis, and others. So yeah, those are a list of the general conditions that I have, so that you guys kind of know what's going on. It just, again, some of you asked me. I'm sure some of you were curious. Those are a list of the things that are wrong with me. So yeah, now I'm going to move on to the next part. You know, I'm just going to end this video here. I'm going to, I'll make a separate video. So yeah, those are a list of the issues that are wrong with me. I did a video on sarcoidosis. I talked briefly about my back conditions. For the PTSD, major depressive disorder, and generalized anxiety, that's been something that's just ongoing since I've gotten out. It's in conjunction with a couple things, but the anxiety is a lot. That my sleep is awful. I mentioned if I only had my back conditions alone, I would consider myself lucky. But I have a lot of trouble going to sleep. I have a lot of trouble controlling my anxiety. And where that snowballs is and becomes a bigger issue is when I wake up to move and rotate my sleeping position. If I don't instantly fall asleep, my anxiety starts to kick in. My mind starts to go like, oh, well, are you going to go to sleep? Well, what do we got to do tomorrow? What's going on? Did you do the laundry? Did you pay the bills? Make sure you do this. Thinking over everything. It's a lot. So my sleep cycle sucks. And that's why a lot of times, I mean, on top of just being sick all the time, you'll hear me say I'm tired. I don't talk much about not being able to sleep, but I have a lot of trouble getting to sleep if I don't fall asleep instantly. When I don't have my girls, sometimes I take over-the-counter medicine like that NyQuil sleeping medicine, but I won't take any kind of like hard drug or anything, basically. Sometimes I'll have a beer or two, because that sometimes helps me unwind. But that's about it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions specifically about these, how I got them, what they do, let me know. I can talk about them slightly specifically. If it's a short question, I'll just answer in the comments, obviously. But yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are. Wish me good luck. It's kind of, it sucks sometimes, but I know I got you guys' support even if you don't say it, because you're all a bunch of great people. With that said, I am going to shut this down and go into my next video. I hope you all have a great day. Oh, there it is. There's a record timer. I was looking for that. Okay. Go easy, gang. Oh, let me do the right one. There you go.